out. Literally, we had a lot of important equipment damage due to Mother Nature. So the discipline in this jungle, in this reality, makes us maintain what is specific to us, what is valuable to us. But let me show you, white supremacy has been so deep that we think somehow stuff is just maintained, that there is a system. I keep telling people there is no system. The only system is in your mind. There is no system for us. If there was a system for us, it would ensure something. What the system that we think is there ensures is 70% of black males in jail. We can count on that. But anything else, there's no system. We must do it. We must do it. If it's going to exist, we have to do it. We have to do it. And we can't be too free to do it. But we must do it freely. That's a fact. So I say that to once again say discipline must be cultivated in nation building. But with that discipline, we inherit the freedoms and the rights that we want. And they don't come from the Constitution and the white man, they come from the discipline. If you got the discipline to chop down the wood, guess what? You're going to have a fire that night. If we got the discipline to wake up these people consistently, we're going to have a conscious community. But we must have the discipline to do it. And be willing to stand and go against anything. Mother Nature, whatever. Black devils, white people, Europeans, squirrels, alley cats, whatever. We must be willing to stand against that for what we want to see to manifest. Or it will not be. And if we get too free to do those things, the freedoms that we enjoy are temporary. That's natural law. You ain't got to worry about no white man. You don't do it, it won't exist. And the European will just show you how you're not doing it. I'm going to show you how you're not on security. By walking up in your shit. You know what I'm saying? He's not taking over what you're doing. He's showing you how you're not doing what you're doing. Because if you're doing what you're doing, there's no way he could do that. You already there. Do you follow what I'm saying? Wherever he go, you're there. You have already built that. We have the freedom to think about how we can even further secure what we're doing. So we have to take advantage of the freedoms inside of what we're creating. You have to become aware of those freedoms. Or otherwise, our sense of freedom will move us beyond the parameters and the boundaries of what we want to create. Of what we want to create. You know what I'm saying? And then a year goes by and we say, well, dang, I was so free I didn't plant any seeds in my garden, so I'm not going to eat. That's what it's about. And you're free to experience the beauty of hunger pains. And you're a slave to them. Because you ain't hadn't planned nothing to eat. So we have to be careful with the concept of freedom. And is it one that is given to us? Or is it one that's specific to the things that we need? The things that are important to us, really. Is it? And is it going to destroy our ability to maintain what is important to us? That's like somebody that get at that wants some freedom and want this spiritual high, and they go out and they do some mushrooms. And their brain eating ain't even there no more. And now they on Skid Row. You know what I'm saying? They're not, you can't even sit down and have a conversation with them. But they went on off. They there. They there. They there. So their desire for freedom paralyzed them. Do you hear what I'm saying? It paralyzed and it made them an invalid. It incapacitated them. That's a fact. So I bring that back to saying, what I want to manifest is black supremacy and black love. What we call freedom, we got out the chains. Freedom meant getting them chains off of our wrists. Let's be honest. Freedom meant coming out of the back of the slave master's barn and picking cotton all day. Freedom was specific. What does freedom mean today? How have we defined freedom? To me, freedom means not being under the white man. For some people, freedom means going down to Cook County Recorder's office and filing a document and telling some judge that I'm free. That's how they define freedom. And that's what freedom is to them. Your Honor, I'm free. I'm a sovereign. That's not freedom to me. Freedom to me is not even talking to them. You understand what I'm saying? So we have to be careful on how we define freedom and on what freedom means to us. I want to have freedom to be amongst my people without having a European having all that interference in what we're doing. That's a freedom. What does it take to maintain that freedom? Keeping Europeans out. Keeping the European mindset out. That's a discipline. Because if our mind is driven to we need these white men, we need these white people, we need these white people, and we got to run a whole bunch of people that feel like they need validation from the Eurocentric society, that's not going to happen. Because they're going to draw them right on in. They're going to attract them right on in. I wanted the freedom we had in Africa, freedom of not having to be amongst them. And when we do see them, we're ruling over them. You follow what I'm saying? We're making them work for us. Totally. Directly. You know what I'm saying? We're putting them to work. That's freedom. But freedom is also the willingness to work collectively together for our own freedom. That's a fact. So the whole point that I'm saying in this lecture is to say that we must have the discipline, turn up our discipline. Because what would it matter to have tried to change the whole world, but see that you yourself are falling victim to places and things that you should have changed yourself? That means it's a whole new world, and now you're the only person that's messed up. And you know you messed up because you're still doing the stuff that you shouldn't do. We have people come to our temples and we say, look, you got to only buy stuff in bulk. Don't spend no money with that Arab. They struggle with that. And they was upset with us like we was doing something wrong, telling them, don't spend no money with this Arab. We told them that. We told them don't engage in prostitution. We made these specific demands on people. We told them to stop engaging with this European. But they want to change the whole world. But they get mad at you when you specifically show them how they need to change themselves. Because somehow they're other than the world. And they're greater than the world. And they're more evolved than everybody else. That's arrogance. We suffer from that great arrogance. But enlightenment is the ability to continue to look at self and make the necessary changes for your own elevation. Take some people with you. Take who's there with you. But don't get focused on who's there. Focus on the transition. Focus on the transition. Your transition. Do you see what I'm saying? Your transition. Because if you see others are not changing, you'll be disappointed. But somebody can read about you 20 years from now, 100 years. Somebody can read about you 150 years from now and make significant changes based on your life story. That's how relevant what you do is. People are changing based on Dr. Martin Luther King and Gandhi and all these people. Now, 150 years later, 200 years later, people are making changes. Do you follow what I'm saying? But the people around them might have been like, man, the hell with you. But they example of human transformation has traveled through time and space. Ain't that heavy? Their example, not the example of the people with them. You follow what I'm saying? Their example as an individual. Not the example of the people with you. But your example. Do you follow what I'm saying? The people with you don't matter. Your story matters. Now your story will attract people to you that can help you. That can be instrumental in your growth process. But at the end